Kechana witayao ha he he. Sa twinums turnstayao ha he he. Tas kutoyom tashtayao. When I was in Victoria, it started after I was listening to all my friends talk, because I had friends that were from different backgrounds and they all had their own language. And when I'd be over at their houses, listening to them talk with their family, it made me want to have that same thing, to be able to just go home and talk to your family or just talk to anybody that knows it.
And who was it that taught you your language?
I started with my Auntie Annie. She is the most fluent in my family, so I started visiting her, and she would just teach me anything that I could use to learn. Like, she would start off with telling me how to do things, and then she would let me write down sentences after I learned how to write in the language.
I wanted to learn more about my own culture, where I came from. I didn't know how to do that, and one of my friends, Glenn, suggested to come out to camp with him just to volunteer for 2 weeks, and well, that kind of hooked me there. I've been going there for the last 7 years, and that eventually introduced me to Clyde, and he was telling me about where I came from, what my family crest was, and stuff like that. And that got me more interested in my language, because I know that I couldn't teach the language, but I could help out with like the technical side or other things that will enhance the I don't know what to say, like the recording part or the behind the scenes part, because I don't know really. I'd rather help somebody behind the scenes than actually be out in front of everybody, because I kind of get nervous. Unless I'm improvising or joking around, then I just don't care. But when it's something traditional or something that has a regimented thing, I kind of screw up, or I become too nervous.
So I started going to the community language classes. So there was twice a week we had language class at our elders center, and I started working with two elders there, Clarence and Beatrice Elliott, and they started teaching me how to read and write and how to pronounce. Then I moved on to two other elders, Amma, Hazel Hands, and Nunanda, Amanda Sarwalis, and these two elders were really good to work with, because first of all, they came from where my family comes from, so it's more of a connection with them, because they had stories about my family, and one of them is my family. So I worked with them and started to be able to develop speaking with them. And I realized at first, when I first started, that I couldn't just learn the language, I had to learn stories as well, because in our culture we have a lot of family stories, like, that come back from the beginning of time, and these are our most important stories, origins of our names and where our family comes from. So I found myself learning those as well. And after I learned that, I started getting more passionate, I guess, about cultural stuff. I wasn't into the cultural stuff, just language is all I wanted. But then I started learning those stories, and I started wanting to learn more about our dances and learning more about the songs. And